Hello, hello. How is everyone? Wait just a second, guys. Go. Can everybody hear me okay? Hi, guys. Hey, Rob. Hey, Odd But Nice. Hi, Mayhem. How is everyone? Hope everybody's good. Hey, Elliot. How are you? Okay, guys. So I had actually ordered another webcam so we would have an overhead view, but it is not here yet. It got delayed. So we are going to tilt and hey, Jamie Sue. Hopefully, you guys will be able to get a little bit more of my hands. Just know that this may be upside down as we do it. And if I happen to lose anybody, I will start a new stream. So just FYI, it's a boob shot. Let's kind of turn it a little bit more. Sorry. Hi, Angie. How are y'all? I'm trying to find the best angle. Just so you guys know, we're going to be crocheting today. So hopefully everybody has their yarn. Hey, Jennifer, how are you? Oh, thank you so much, Jen. Um, so I'm a little congested, just a little bit today. The cedar here, the mountain cedar has blown in, and I've kind of been a little bit froggy a little bit today. So today we're going to be crocheting. So hopefully everybody has their yarn. I'm not going to start immediately because I know that there were other people that said that they were going to come. And so we're going to wait on them a little bit before we start. Hi, Samantha. How are you tonight? So how was everyone's day? Hey, Rebecca. I don't know if I said hi. Um, how was everybody's day today? I hope everybody had a good Wednesday. It's Wednesday, thank goodness. So, for those of you that haven't seen it, I will show you this. This is the pattern that we're going to be using. And hopefully you'll be able to see it. So, this is the pattern we're going to be using. Yeah, Rob, I'm not sure why you're actually still awake. Because it's like, what, 2 a.m. over there or something along those lines? Um, I'm doing good. We got Cheyenne off to the airport on her way to her semester to study abroad in Scotland. So she left this early this morning at like 3 a.m. They took her to the airport and she got to New York and realized that she had forgotten some of the documents that she needs for her visa. So we had a little bit of emergency fix it there. We scanned stuff to her from my machine at work. So hopefully that will get her where she needs to be. And she should have gotten on the plane an hour ago from JFK into Edinburgh. So we got her off. I got some Amelia cuddles. For those of you that don't know, Amelia is my great niece. She is 4 months old. And so I got some cuddles with her. And both my other niece, Destiny, and my nephew, Colton, were here, as well as my sister. So what you can see over here is my part of my Christmas. So we got a lovely Hogwarts cauldron and some Christmas cookies that my sister has made, you guys. These are so good and they're so pretty. So, yes, I'm getting it late. That's okay. And then she made all these like individual treat boxes back here that I have not opened yet. And she also made this pinata snowman. Is that not the cutest thing? And like you open the bottom of it and it's got treats inside. So we're going to save those for a rainy day. So I'm sure it will happen that I'll need those. And then I got this awesome Hogwarts snow globe type thing. So you can see all that. And then I got a cowbell. So this is a family cowbell. You can hear how loud it is. This is my nephew's football number when he played football before he graduated. And so, yeah, all that kind of fun stuff. So, yeah, we've got a cowbell now. Apparently, everyone says that I needed a cowbell, so I have one. I had one, just so you know. I'm just saying. Okay. Oh, it's raining there. It is actually pretty nice here. Um, it is probably about 60 degrees. It's still a little bit chilly, but it's probably about 60 degrees. And the thing about it is we're supposed to start getting really humid tomorrow, and then Friday we have really high chances of tornadoes, possibility of tornadoes. And then on Saturday, I think it's supposed to go from like 71 on Friday to like 46 on Saturday. So, yay. Not looking forward to that so much. So, what we're going to do today, for those of you that are going to follow along with the crochet along, and I still haven't picked an actual name of it, but for the actual crochet along, first of all, thank you. I'm trying to do some things. I'm a little burned out on diamond painting. So I'm trying to come up with some tasks, some other things that we can do together that is not necessarily just diamond painting. And so I wanted to get back into the crocheting. Several of you had asked me to start crocheting some more. And so I came up with this idea to do a crochet along. So what we're going to do, for those of you that didn't get to see the other video, you are going to need a neutral color. So black, white, brown, gray, whatever you want your neutral color to be, the color that kind of blends everything together. You're going to need two balls, or two skeins, excuse me. Oh, Lord. Okay. Two skeins of yarn. So I'm using the Red Heart Super Saver. This is in the color black, obviously. So that's your neutral color. And then beside your neutral color, if you're going to follow the pattern like I have it, you're going to need four other colors. Okay. So the first color I have is called Pale Plum. All of these are Red Heart Super Saver. Color B is going to be Real Teal. Color C is Soft Navy. And color D is Dark Orchid. Okay, so those are the colors that I chose. You can choose any colors that you want that work for you in your color palette that you want to do. Okay. Yeah, thanks, Mayhem, because that was, yeah, oopsies. Okay, so on this sheet, which is linked below, basically what you're going to have is we have the possibility, or you can see the colors here. So this is my plum, this is my black, my navy, my teal, and my purple. So what you're going to want to do, if you have different colors than what I have, is you're going to want to assign your colors A, B, C, or D, and then you'll have your neutral. Does that make sense? So your color A could be anything, your color B can be whatever, but you've got to choose and you've got to stick with it as you go. Hey, Ashley, welcome. So that's one of the things that you need to do today before you get started is you need to decide what your color A is, color B, color C, and color D. Okay? Then on top of that, what you're going to need to have is a size I, a 5.25 millimeter crochet hook, whatever crochet hook that you prefer. This is a Boye crochet hook, and it is from Walmart. Okay? And then you're going to need a pair of snips. So that is completely up to you what kind of scissors that you use, but you will need them. So what you're going to want to do On this pattern, I'm going to teach you how to do the stitch that we're using. So the stitch that we're going to use is called a corner to corner stitch, okay? And the way that we're going to do it is we're going to corner up here, and we're going to do these strips, and we're going to do one strip each week. So this should take us about 8 or 9 weeks for us to do. Hi, Robin. How are you? And I saw someone else come in. I think it was Therese. Hi, Therese. Hi, Teddy, if you're there. So that's what we're going to do today. So I'm not going to demonstrate starting this in my black because black is really hard to demonstrate with. So I'm actually going to grab this color up here because this will be a good color to use. Okay. And again, I apologize for the angle. I will have a different webcam next week. I will be doing these on Wednesdays, and it will be from 7 to 8. We'll do this, the CAL. Yes, I just called those scissors snips. We'll be doing the CAL from 7 to 8. Diamond Art Addiction is not going to go tonight. I already spoke with her. And so we'll be able to go a little bit longer tonight if my voice holds out and if y'all feel like doing that. I hope I don't lose a lot of people because I know this is not everybody's cup of tea. So I want to say now, thank you all for coming. If you haven't already heard, if you missed my live on Saturday, I am going to be hosting a retreat in Texas in October. The information, the sign-up sheet, and the link to the Facebook group are in the description box. If you would like to get more information on that, you can go back and watch the video from Saturday, or I will be making a dedicated video to give you guys more information, probably this weekend, so that I can get that out as well. But if you would like to join us, we would love to have you. So what we're going to do today is we are going to do corner to corner stitch. It is pretty easy. If you know how to slip stitch, and if you know how to double crochet, those are the two, things that you're going to need. So what you're going to do, we're going to start as if everyone is a complete new beginner. You're going to take the end of your yarn, and I pulled from the center, okay? Now, a thing that I'll show you, a little trick that I'll show you that I love about the Red Heart yarn. Yes, and everybody, let's take it just a second and wish one of my girlfriends, Creative Mayhem, a very, very happy 21st birthday. Today is her birthday. She's only 4 days after mine. So let's all take a minute and wish Mayhem a very happy birthday. And then we'll get started again. Yes, and thank you guys for coming. Like I said, I know this isn't everybody's cup of tea, but I thought it would be fun and a little bit different to do it live instead of making a video for it. So, one of the really cool things that the Red Heart yarn does is if you look on the label on the back, it tells you which side your center pool is and which side your outside pool is, okay? So it has lovely little arrows that tells you. So if I go down here, you can see I have this hanging. That's my outside pool. This is my center pool. So I can pull this, and it will automatically start to pull from the center instead of pulling from the outside. That is my preferred method, is pulling from the center. So that is up to you, but that's how I prefer to do it, because then your yarn doesn't just sit there and roll all over the place, okay? So, and you can see on this one, it doesn't have a label, but generally what you can do is if you just kind of dig a little bit, you usually can find the end and figure out which end is the center. Okay. So here we go. You're going to take your end, and you're going to take the short end and fold it over the long end. You're going to put your fingers in your loop. You're going to reach down, and you're going to grab the long end, and you are going to pull up. And that is a way to do your slip stitch. Okay? So let me show you on the tabletop to make it a little bit easier. You're going to make a loop. like so. Put your short end over your long end. You can flip your loop with your fingers inside, grab your long tail, and pull up. And that's how you can make a slip stitch really easily. Then you put your hook in and you pull your long end and it will tighten up on your hook. And that's an easy way to make a slip stitch. Okay? Does anybody need me to do that again? Just let me know. And I am using OBS, so there is a kind of like about a 30-second delay, you guys, just so you know. But I will go back and show you again if I need to. Okay. And then what you're going to do is you're going to chain 6, which means you're going to reach under and pull that straight through your loop. Reach under, pull through. That's 2. Reach under and pull through. That is 3. There's 4. There's 5. And there is 6. Okay? So you're going to end up with a little bitty chain that has 6. If you can't find the center of your yarn, just yarn your yarn. Good Lord. If you can't find the center, you can always pull from the outside. I just prefer to pull from the center, personally. But that is up to you as the crocheter. Okay? So now we have a chain of 6. What you're going to do is you're going to count from where your knot is. So down here where my thumb is, you're going to count from there and you're going to count up 1, 2, 3 loops. And that is the loop that you're going to go in, is the one up next to it. So you're actually going to go into the 4th loop, or the 4th chain from the bottom. So 1, 2, 3, and we're going to go in here. Okay? And this is going to be a double crochet stitch. So chain over, put a loop over, and you're going to insert your hook into the 4th loop, or the 4th chain from your hook, or from your knot. Okay? You're going to pull that loop through. You should have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to chain, or you're going to pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull up a loop, and pull through 2. And that is 1 double crochet. And then you're going to double crochet into the next 2 chains from the hook. You're going to do the same thing. Hold on. Sorry. Apologies. I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Okay? You're going to yarn over, put your yarn over your hook. You're going to go into the next chain, which is right here, and you're going to repeat. So you're going to yarn over and pull through. You should have 3 loops. And then you're going to yarn over and pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Okay? I've already crashed Ashley's brain. All right, and then you're going to do the last one here. You're going to yarn over, go into your chain, yarn over and pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 of them, and yarn over and pull through the next 2. Okay? And then you're going to have a little nub that looks like that. So now what you're going to notice is down here at the end, you have this empty space. Okay? That is going to be very important in this stitch to make the corner to corner. So I need you guys to hang with me here, okay? And we're going to keep going. So once you get to that point, you are going to chain 6 again. So chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, so that's what it looks like. All right, Mayhem's got it. Rob said, Rob, you brought yarn? Those of you that are hanging around, I know this is probably not the most stimulating thing to watch, but I appreciate it nonetheless. What? I'm just showing you that. Ashley, don't make it perverted. All right, and so from here, we're going to repeat what we did to make this one, okay? So you're going to yarn over, count up 1, 2, 3, and that's the one we're going to go into. Yarn over and pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert into the next chain. Yarn over and pull through. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. I will attempt on the replay where I can pause. That's always a good idea, Rob. Always a good idea. This may not work as a Wednesday live, but I thought it would be interesting to try because you never know how things are going to work until you try them, right? How many double crochets? There should be 3 double crochets in each of the little sets here. So you're going to have 3 double crochets, and then at your end down here, it's going to be a chain of 3. So it's going to look like you have 4 double crochets. Does that make sense? So if you look at it, this is the one we just finished. There's your chain. There's double crochet 1, double crochet 2, and double crochet 3. So it's going to look like you have 4, but you actually only have 3, and then your chain. When you go through the chain, do you go through the side with 1 thread or 2 thread? I try to go through the side with 2 threads. And that is just my personal choice. You can go through, if you only pick up 1 thread, it will be okay. All right, so here's where it's going to get complicated. So we have, at the moment, we have the 2 little bunny ears, okay? What you're going to do is we need to get our hook over here. So what you're going to do is you're actually going to take this and flip it to where this chain is up by your hook. And then you're going to go into that chain space. See where I'm in that chain space? And you're going to slip knot into that chain space. Okay, so let's see here. Hi, Nicole. Welcome. Thank you for coming. We are learning to crochet. We're starting our crochet along. So if you would like to join us, if you have your supplies, otherwise, I think everybody's just kind of hanging out. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves. Does anybody have anything you want to talk about? Odd says, this is fun. I'm just missed the last live, so I'm not ready. No problem. That's one of the things that's cool about this is you can go back and you can do it on the replay. Okay? So we're here, we're in this chain space, and we've slip stitched. So we're going to check up, or we're going to chain up, not check up. We're going to chain up 3. So 1, 2, and 3. So now we've created our chain. Okay, so Rebecca's only got the 2 bunny ears. So let's go back. Okay, so here's my 2 bunny ears. Okay, basically what you're going to do is you're going to take one of these and you're going to flip them. So to where I have my 2 bunny ears, see the rounded pieces are up here at the top. You want to flip it. Let me put my hook back in. This will make more sense with the hook in and finish that stitch off. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to flip it. You see how I did that? Flip that one down. And then you're going to go into that chain space at the top. Pull that thread through, or pull the loop through, and then you're going to pull that loop straight back through this one that's already on your hook. Just like that. Okay? Hi, Dreamer. Welcome. Yes, we are learning to crochet for our crochet along. And then we're going to chain 3. So 1, 2, and 3. Just like that. So that's what it's going to look like. It's kind of hard to see it right now. My left hand is in the way when I do it, and this is why I wanted an overhead camera. I apologize. Let's try it this way. Okay. Let's try and see if this is a better angle. Let me fix my boo-boo here. I pulled it out too much. Oh, great, Dreamer. So we are doing a crochet along. So if you would like to join us, we're going to be doing the corner to corner stitch. You need 4 colors and a neutral if you would like to join us. Or you can do a 2 color. Creative Mayhem asked me if she could do it in 2 colors, and you absolutely can do this in only 2 colors. Okay, is this a better angle for everybody? If I pull back just a little bit here. So what you're going to do is, here are your bunny ears. You're going to flip this one upside down, and then you're going to go into that chain space right there. You are going to pick up your loop and pull through, and then you should have 2 loops on your hook, and you're going to pull straight back through the second loop, just like that. Okay? All right, so that looks like it's better. Then you're going to chain up 1, 2, and 3. Okay? All right, so Jen says this is a much better angle. All right, sorry guys, we're going to experiment. Like I said, we're experimenting. Thank you all for, hanging in there with me. All right, so you're going to chain up 3, and then you're going to do 3 double crochets into this chain space right here. So yarn over, go through, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Just like we did the last time. Yarn over, go through, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. Yarn over, go through, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then you're going to have something that looks like a Mickey Mouse head, kind of. Does that make sense? So you can see this is where we started, and then we added this one, and then we added this one. Okay? So what's going to happen is, instead of going straight across a row, this is called corner to corner because obviously you start in a corner and we're working on the diagonal to get to the next corner. Okay? So what you want to remember is, on the outside edges, that's where you're going to chain 6 because you have to start a new little clover. In the middle is where you're going to chain 3 to get over to your next square. Okay? So we're going to keep going unless I need to stop and wait for anybody. Yeah, corner to corner is super easy. We do have several very, very beginners, though, dreamers. So we're going to take it nice and slow for those of us that are learning to crochet. And again, everybody that is here, thank you so much for coming. I completely understand if you do not want to stick around and watch this, or if you want to watch it again when you have when you have your supplies and things like that. It does not hurt my feelings if you do not want to watch this. I completely understand, but thank you for coming. I hope you have a good rest of your week. But you are also welcome to hang out and just listen to me talk, basically. 636 sounds like a decent area code, right, Jen? Yep, 636. That's a great way to put it. Thank you. So, yep, we're going to area code this. So, we're on the outside. So, the next thing we're going to do is chain 6. So, chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay? We're going to count up 1, 2, and 3. And this is the one we're going to go in. So, you yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then the next 2 chain spaces as well. We're going to do the same thing. Mine does not look like yours, but I'm doing it. You know what? Mine didn't look like this one the very first time that I did this stitch either. It took me quite a few starts and finishes to get it. Now, part of that is what's called your tension and just making sure that your stitches and things are going to be the same size. So that's going to be, just practice, basically, is how all of that is going to work. So this is what we have. And because we're here, but we need to be over here, we have to flip it. So flip it, just like so. It's just 180 degrees. Go into that chain space and slip stitch it together. Okay? When this is all done, how big is it? I'm used to either making a straight scarf or a huge blanket. So, Jennifer, a lot of that is going to depend on what your sample size is, okay? So, this should be between a lap blanket and a twin size blanket if I'm measuring it correctly, if I'm doing the numbers correctly. But if you're using a bigger hook, or if you're using chunky yarn, or if you crochet really loose, it could be a little bit bigger, or if you're a super tight crocheter, it could be a little bit smaller. It just depends, okay? But I'm aiming for at least lap blanket size. Odd but nice, if you have a Joann's nearby, now is the time because their yarn is all on sale, or at least it was. Hi, Pippa. Welcome. We've already kind of gotten started. And again, I apologize for the angle, guys, but we're going to make it work. Let's see. Who said something? Rebecca is fighting with the yarn. It's coming out both ends. So what you might want to do, Rebecca, is take that one end that you're not using and just kind of stuff it back into the center, like you're stuffing a turkey. Okay. All right. So we're in the middle. We're going to chain up 3. 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to do 3 double crochets into this space. So yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. Do I need to keep saying that, you guys? If I do, let me know. If not, I will shut up. But we're going to do 3 double crochets. Don't worry about keeping up with me. I will stop and wait. Because at this point, I can do this one pretty much in my sleep. So there we go. We now have 5 clovers. I don't know what these are actually called in clusters, clovers, whatever. Okay. And we don't have to flip it. So you're just going to slip stitch. Okay. I hope this is making sense to everyone here. So we're going to chain up 3, 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to do 3 double crochets into that space there. Okay. So there's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. Okay. So you guys can see we've got our stair step. And that is what it looks like so far. And I apologize for my nails. I haven't gotten to take these off yet and redo them. I feel like I have to apologize for a lot of things, guys. I'm sorry. So that is what that looks like right there so far. I'm sure you guys probably had questions. So Rob finds keeping equal tension his biggest problem, so things end up a bit holy. So Rob, if you have trouble with keeping equal tension, one of the things that I learned when I very first started was if you go down a hook size, like if you're very loose and you have lots of holes, go down a hook size. So if you're like, if I called for an I hook, go down to an H. And sometimes that will help give you that automatic little bit tighter of a stitch instead of it being loose and holy. And if you're a super tight stitcher, if you go up the hook size, it will help make it more even like it's supposed to be. And it will come with practice, I promise. Okay? Now we're on an outside edge. Who can tell me what we're supposed to do? If we're doing the area code like Jen says. Anybody? Anybody at all? Chain 6. Perfect, Rob. That is correct. On the outside edges, we chain 6. So we're going to chain 6, 3, 4, 5. That's bad. Let's try that again. And even us old timers make mistakes sometimes. 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we're going to chain 6. Woohoo, Rob! We're going to yarn over and we're going to double crochet in the 3rd chain from the bottom. There's 1 and double crochet into the next chain. There's 2 and double crochet into the next chain for your 3rd one. Okay, and what are we going to do next? That's okay, Mayhem. Oh, thank you, Therese. I'm trying. It's it's been a bit of a challenging week. Let's put it that way. But you just have to stay positive and just keep doing what you can do, right? You can only do what you can do. So we're here, and this is what it looks like. So what we have to do is we have to flip it. So we're going to flip it like that so that we get to our chain space. And we're going to slip stitch into the chain space like so. And then we're going to chain up 3 because we're in the middle. So 1, 2, and 3. And then 3 double crochets into your chain space, or into your space here. So there's 1. There's 2. And there is 3. Okay? Yes, you slip stitch into the chain space. And if you read a pattern, that's the way it's going to read. SLST into CHSP. So that is a slip stitch into chain space and then chain 3. Okay? And so we're here. Here's our chain space. So we're going to slip stitch into our chain space and chain 3. And if you get to this point right here, you can literally just take this and hold it down so it's out of your way and you don't catch it with your hook. So that's how I do it, is I just literally fold that ear down so that I don't catch it with my hook. And then you're going to do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Okay? Crochet lingo, that's right. Thank you. Odd but nice. And then we're here, and we're going to repeat it. So slip stitch into your chain space, chain 3, which is going to create your new chain space. And then you're going to do 3 double crochets into the space there. All right? How many of you have I completely and totally lost at this point? 1, 2, and 3. So at this point, this is kind of what it looks like. So you should have 1, 2, 3, 4 clusters that way. 1, 2, 3, 4 clusters that way. Okay? So I'm going to take a break there, and we're going to talk about something else. Yay! Because we have to do another 4 rows to double it to get it to where it needs to be. Okay? So I know that several of you also cross stitch. So I'm using one of my Pippa needle minders. No, I'm using one of my Fiona needle minders. I did it again. This is a needle minder Fiona made and sent me. And I am working on my Sassy Craft Along. That's all I've gotten done. I've only worked on it for just a little while. But I'm working on it, and it's just going to be white and this jade color, which is DMC number 3847. I love that color. And so that's how much I've gotten done. It's not very much at all, but I'll get back to it. And I'm just going to kind of work on that in my off time. Not that I have a lot, but you know what I mean. And then I've got to, this weekend, I've gotten my, all the stuff to do the Harry Potter stitch along that Rachel is doing. And so I'm going to be working on it. I've got to grid my fabric this weekend. This is the first huge cross stitch that I'll have ever worked on. I'm pretty intimidated by it, but since it's a full year, I'm just going to kind of go with it and do the best I can, right? I think that's going to be my goal for the year. Is just try things and do the best that you can. Um, that's just, my personal, that's what I need to challenge myself with this year. So I just need to try the best that I can, try to succeed, don't get discouraged. I have a lot of problems doing those kinds of things. And so that's what I'm going to work on this year is just attitude. Maybe that's the better word for it. Maybe that'll be my word of the year is attitude. Right? So what are y'all's? Do you guys all pick a word of the year? Anybody else do that? Let's see. DC means double crochet. That's right. Rebecca is going to have to start over. She'll watch the replay, but for now, you're just watching, okay? TR can be the end of so many words. It really can, odd but nice. I'll let you know when it gets there. I think you guys will enjoy that once I get it finished. I really liked it. It's not too sassy, but at least it's not just in your face sassy. Let's put it that way. Odd but nice is going to come back when she gets her stuff to know where to change colors. So the color changes. This pattern is basically going to be set on 8s. So Odd, I know that you do crochet. So basically we're going to do 8 rows of the corner to corner, and then we're going to change colors and do 8 rows of that color and then change 8 rows. So 8 is going to be your number for this. It kind of looks like a corner. I think I'm too loosey-goosey. That could be, very well could be it. So you can see mine are fairly tight. There will be, larger gaps here and here, and I'm out of practice as well. But it should be fairly consistent overall into a size like this. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep going while we talk. 5, 6. And so that I can get to the important part, which is when we get to the 8th row. Because there is in corner to corner stitch, there's decreasing and there is increasing. But because of the way that we need to keep these in a row, we have to change what we're doing. Okay? And it's not complicated. You just have to kind of pay attention. So I'm just going to keep moving along here. Hi, Denise. How are you? You changed your name. No worries. We're just hanging out. I've done some of the tutorial, and you guys let me know if you would prefer me to do this in a video format so that you can stop it and rewind it and do all of that kind of stuff, and there's not all the other talk peppered in, or if you like doing this in a live format so that you can ask questions. That was my big thing about doing it live, is I wanted you guys to be able to ask questions as they came up in real time, if that makes sense. 3. What have you been up to lately, Denise? I haven't seen you in quite a while. Now the important question, what are my colors going to be? So, a lot of the girls have put their colors on Instagram, Odd But Nice. So I know Pippa has posted a picture with her colors, which I love. And I know that Mindy's Diamond Moment also posted hers. And then I think there was someone else. I'm missing somebody. I'm pretty sure there was somebody else, or maybe, no, Rebecca sent me her colors on Messenger and Facebook. So I know what colors she's using, and they all chose really nice colors, and they're all fairly similar. And then Mayhem is going to be doing a 2-color blanket. So if you wanted to do it in only 2 colors, you are more than welcome to do that, and it would be fairly easy. You just need more of each color yarn. So I believe she got 3 skeins of her neutral, and, or no, was it 3 skeins, 3 small skeins of her color, and 2 skeins of her, 2 larger skeins of her neutral. So if you guys only want to do 2 color instead of doing 5 color, you are easily able to adapt this pattern, or if you want 3, or whichever. We are doing a crochet along, Denise. We're all going to make a blanket while it's winter time and kind of cold, but not really. But it's cooler than it is in the summer. So that is what CAL stands for, the CAL in the title. It means crochet along. So if you would like to join us, I think you crochet, don't you? I was pretty sure we've had this conversation, and I thought you crocheted. 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 more rows. Anywho, so this time of year for me is just, it gets so busy around the holidays, and then we get to the birthday, and then it just kind of slows way, way down. I do have to get out a newsletter this week for the Scottish Society. I do their newsletter for them. We are starting tonight, Denise. This is the first lesson. So earlier in the feed, I started teaching you guys how to do this, and now I need to get to the 8th row. A lot of the ladies and gents are going to go back after they get their supplies, and after, and so that they can stop, pause, and rewind as they need to. Anywho, so I've got to get a newsletter out this week for the Scottish Society. I do those once a month, and we've got a couple of events coming up for that. So how many of you know, I'm sure most of you have heard of Robert Burns, the poet. For those of you that don't know, he is Scottish. And so, if I'm not mistaken, he wrote the song we all sing at New Year's, Auld Lang Syne, and several other ones. Well, the Scots tend to celebrate his birthday. We call it, we'll have Burns suppers or Burns dinners. His birthday was on the 25th of January. And so they'll get together, a lot of the societies and things will get together, and they will host a Burns dinner, and they'll have, they'll quote some poetry of his. They'll do, what is it called? Like Salute to a Haggis or something like that. That's not exactly what it's called, but basically it's this whole poem that they go through, and they have the haggis and all of that kind of stuff. And then they'll have a dance, which is called a ceilidh, and everybody will get out there and hang out and doing all that kind of stuff. It is a corner to corner. Yes, Denise. And then they have what is called the kirking of the tartan. And what that is basically they take their tartan flags, and they'll go dressed in their kilts and in their skirts and things like that for the women, and they'll go to church, and they'll have their tartans blessed. So just like you would ask for a family blessing, in some churches they'll have their tartans blessed, and that's called a kirking of the tartan. And so there's the first one of the year is coming up this month as well. And then in February, we have some of our committee is going to the leadership conference for St. Jude. I am on the committee again this year. And so we'll start planning probably the beginning of March. But for right now, January and February are pretty much my slowest months. So I'll be able to spend a little more time with you guys the next couple of months. And then once we get to March, festival season kicks off again. And so I will be super busy March and April and part of May. And then my niece Destiny, the oldest, will graduate in May. So we have our college graduation. I was the last one to graduate in my family. I won't tell you how long ago that was. Yeah, so we'll have a college graduation in May. So I'll get to go home for that. I think I may take a few extra days and just kind of hang out with the family and actually get to spend some time with them. So that's kind of what my fall, or my, not fall, my spring looks like. And the goal is to have this cow blanket finished by the beginning of March. Because here in Texas, it starts getting warm in March, usually. I mean, it's not unheard of to have snow at Easter, but it does start getting warm. Anyway, I'm sorry, guys. I'm just talking at you. I'm just kind of a stream of consciousness over here. Hello, Laura. How are you? I'm so sorry I missed your live the other night. I was cleaning, because, so y'all, the last time my sister came, I came home from work, and that heifer was cleaning my bathroom, and so it kind of made me real paranoid, and so I had to clean this time really badly before she got here so that she didn't start cleaning my house again. Your dangly thread is not in the middle of your third row. Okay. You may have missed a flip somewhere. Oh, thank you, Laura. Okay, so when you get to 8 rows, this is what it will look like. You can see a distinct corner now. Or this is what it should look like, I should say. So you can see a distinct corner now. Now here's the thing. Every row that we've been doing, we've been increasing. So when you do that chain 6, you're increasing, okay? The thing is, we don't need to increase anymore on one side, but on the other side, we do. So the one thing I didn't grab is the one thing I need. Hold on 2 ticks, please. Give me a second. So what I'm going to do is you've got to pick a side at this point, and I'm going to use a stitch marker that I already have. So it looks like a little plastic baby, a little plastic safety pin. In the past, I have also used one of these poppy hair clips from the Dollar Tree. So you can use something along those lines. Anything basically to mark where you are in the pattern, and you can even use a piece of contrasting colored yarn. So I can literally take this yarn up here, snip a piece off of it. If that's all you have, if you don't have stitch markers, you don't have anything you can put in there, this is the side right here that I'm going to keep increasing. Okay? This is the side that I don't need to increase, so I'm going to put in a marker here so that I know I don't increase, I just maintain the stitch. Okay? So you can mark it with that. You can mark it with a stitch marker if you have them. Anything that just lets you visually know not to increase there. So yes, Jennifer, we are going to have a new area code. Okay? So Denise, it's okay if you haven't started yet. This is one of those things that those of us that have been doing this for a long time, I literally can do this pretty much in my sleep. So like with this pattern, I can sit, I can watch TV, I can talk on the phone, I can do all kinds of things. You've seen me today. Like I'm just going along with it because I've done so many blankets in this stitch that it's just kind of muscle memory at this point, okay? It won't be a small blanket because we're going to do this with 8 this wide. So if this is, and this is something that you can do that will tell you how big your blanket is going to be, guys. When you get to this point, get a measuring tape. So this is exactly 8 inches. So this blanket is going to be, where's my pattern? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 64 inches wide. And it'll be taller than that. Does that make sense? So 64 inches wide and probably, I don't know how tall, to be real honest with you. Okay, so what I'm going to do is on this side, I'm going to increase up 6, just like we have been. Ooh, I twisted that like crazy. Let's try that again. I hope this makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, you guys, please feel free to message me. 6. Okay, so Denise, you've made a few corner to corner, so you know it goes pretty quickly. We're basically going to do one. The goal is, let me rephrase this. I'm going to do 1 strip a week. Once we get the pattern down, you guys should be able to, you know, kind of work on this on your own once you get the actual stitch down. So if you can see right here where they kind of switch direction, when I talk about a strip, I'm talking about this one piece here, if that makes sense. Uh-oh. Y'all pray for Denise. Denise, are you on the floor? Sorry, let me pull this back a little bit so you can see it. So 1 strip is right here. So this is 8, that's 8, that's 8, 8, 8, 8. So each of these are 8 rows. So if that's 8 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 8 times 9 is 56. Is that right? It's been a long time since I had to do the multiplication in my head. Somebody let me know if that's correct or not. You're going to catch the replay and try to be prepared for next week. Perfect. I'm so glad that so many of you guys want to join in and try something that's not diamond painting. I know Therese is absolutely amazing at sewing. And you know what, Therese? Maybe you may be the person I need to talk to. I need some grime guards. You may be in business if you can make grime guards. It's 72. 8 times 9 is 72. So this is going to be a 60 by 72-ish blanket, depending on your stitching size. So what you can do to find out how big your blanket is going to be is when you get to the first 8 counts, you've got 8 on each side, measure it, and that will tell you how big your blanket is going to be if you multiply it. And I'm going to try, I can't for some reason link this pattern from Stitch Fiddle into YouTube. I don't know if I'm doing it wrong or what, but I will try to get this linked for you so that you guys can actually see the pattern. You haven't been able to diamond paint because your light pad broke. Oh, dude, that's horrible. 2, 3. Are you having to wait for payday to get another one to replace it? Sorry, that was kind of nosy, wasn't it? You don't have to answer that if you don't want to, Denise. That did not come out the way I expected it to. Yeah, definitely move away from the windows. But yeah, so this is what we're going to be doing for the foreseeable future, at least on one of the lives. I haven't decided yet if I have enough to talk about to go live twice a week. But most nights this is only going to be, or most weeks this is only going to be an hour. And like I said, if you guys prefer me to do this in a live or in a video, let me know. Okay, so right there, I actually made a mistake. So what you're going to do is, because I got down here to where my marker is, so instead of putting another 3, doing a chain here, we are actually going to flip this, and we're going to slip stitch into these chain stitches right here to get over to the edge. 2 and 3. Just like that, okay? So you see how we got to keep this edge straight, even though this edge keeps getting bigger. This is going to be our corner, or our end of our blanket here. Yes, I will work on a written pattern for you. And then here, to fill in this hole right here, is where you're going to chain up 3, because we're in the middle. We already are at our chain space. Is this making sense, guys? So, odd but nice, I created the pattern on Stitch Fiddle, like a banjo fiddle, if that makes sense. So right here is where I would keep going. Do your chain 3, and then your 3 double crochets, and you can see where you're starting to create your edge, your flat edge here. Does that make sense? Let me pull this out. So you can see basically what I did is I filled in that stair step. So when I come up here, when I get back over here, I will fill in this stair step on the end. And this edge will keep going this way, and this edge will keep going this way. Okay? So your new area code is 6, 3, slip stitch 3. So it's a foreign area code, I guess. 63 SL3. How about that? It must be a British area code. So I will try to get you a better video, a better tutorial of this, or at least link one, like the one that I learned from. And so that you can figure out this stitch. If you have questions, please feel free to contact me, okay? So yeah, so that's what I'm going to do tonight. And basically what you're going to do is that's also the point generally where you're going to change colors, okay? So, but if I'm going to do a video, I will show you in a video how to do that. Basically, actually, you know what? It's super easy. So let's do this. So I slip stitch up the side, okay? Yeah, that's right. Apologies, time out for just a second. So there's your connection if you were coming down, and you're going to slip stitch, and slip stitch. Okay? And right here is where you're going to do your first color change. So the way I do it is I pull through, I do a slip stitch basically, but I pull up and then I snip the loop, and then you pull out your end that's connected to your yarn, and then you tighten that up and it creates a knot. I have never had any of my knots come undone doing it this way. Okay? So that right there is your first color. Then what you're going to do, this right here should be your neutral color. Okay? So then what you're going to do is you're going to start with your color A. And my color A is purple, the dark purple. So pick your color A. Remember I told you at the very beginning to pick which one you wanted to be color A, which one is B, which one is C, and so on. I'm going to do the same slip knot to start it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my hook right there, and I'm going to do a slip knot, and that will secure your fabric, or your yarn, to start your next color. And then you're going to chain up 3, and then you're going to do 3 double crochets right here. And it's going to look weird, especially this first row. But you just keep going, just like you were using the same color. Okay? So, Denise, you can do a 2-color blanket, or you can do, I'm doing a 5-color blanket, or you can do any combination in between. It is completely up to you. If you do a 5-color, you need 1 skein of each color, and you need 2 skeins of your neutral. Okay? Hey, Mickey, welcome. How are you today? So that's the way you're going to keep going, guys. Now, next week, what you're going to see is this will actually be the black like it's supposed to be. Remember, I used this color just so you could see it. And then I'll start the purple as well. So look this weekend. I will actually make a tutorial so that you can go back and actually watch it along with this live. Everybody can get caught up. Everybody can get their yarn and all of that kind of stuff. And then you can pause it and go back as you need to. Okay, so I apologize if this has been a hot mess. But we're trying new things. And sometimes new things are hot messes, right? That's how it works. Mickey, we are working on our crochet along blanket. Or at least we were. But it is 8 o'clock. So I would say I'm going to stay on for another about 15 minutes. And then I'm going to let you guys go for the evening because I have not had dinner yet. So if you guys want to come back next week with all of your stuff, those of you that have hung in here, thank you so much. I have been well, let's put it this way. I had an excellent Christmas. I had an excellent birthday. Thank you all for the birthday wishes and all of that kind of stuff. And then on Sunday morning, I found out that a dear friend of mine passed. So if you guys remember that video from back in the summer, it was the accents tag. And I had the 2 ladies from South Africa. The older woman passed on Sunday morning. So that was kind of a bummer. Okay, no problem, Pippa. Thank you for joining us. I know you're at work. The older woman passed on Sunday morning, and so that kind of is, a bummer. And then, just all of the stuff happening this week in the community, and things that have been said and all of that kind of stuff, which I'm not going to get into. It just is very discouraging sometimes. And so I've kind of had some struggles with that. But again, our word this year is attitude, and it's all about how you handle things. So we're going to keep going. I'm going to get more organized, you guys. I'm going to think things through a little bit better. And just do, you do the best you can. I was super excited to start this. And I'm so glad that so many of you are also excited to do this with me. I hope you look forward to it. Let me know what you need, guys. So if you're not understanding the way I'm doing it, if you are not understanding, where you're going wrong or anything like that, sometimes you can show me a picture and I can figure out how to help you or figure out where you're going wrong. Okay. So I just want this to be something fun. Whoever wants to participate can participate. And I just want us all to have something fun to do. And then we have something warm and cozy at the end of it. So that was my idea behind this whole crochet along. All right. So thank you for those of you that have stuck around that are not crocheting. Thank you for those of you that are joining in. Please, nobody feel pressured to do this. And this stitch is called a corner to corner, or a C2C. And Mayhem's got her bunny ears. Yes, that is progress. I will show you guys this. This is one of my favorite things. My sister made me this for Christmas. So I think this is going to end up being like a pin holder. So, because it's got the pocket. So I think I'm going to put my lovely pins in here. So, oh, hey, Kelly. I didn't see you come in, hun. The video was a little glitchy for me, but I'll watch the replay. Have a good night. Thank you so much for coming, Kelly. And like I said, I'm going to film an actual video, so that quality should be a lot better. But thank you so much for coming in. There's a chain and double crochet and a slip stitch. Yes, pretty much. That's it. So Denise says she's going to watch the replay to get all of the info. Hey, Charlie. It's nice to see you again. You were listening, but I have your stuff for next week. I will take part in. Oh, yay! Awesome. Are you a new crocheter, Charlie, or are you experienced? Mickey says, never heard of it. I've been crocheting for over 20 years. Can you hold up what you've done so far? Sure. I think it's got another name, Mickey, and that's probably the name you know it by. But I learned it as the corner to corner or the C to C stitch. And that C like the letter C to C. So that's what it looks like. I know it does have another name. So that's probably the name that you know it as, and I can't remember what it is. So Odd But Nice got the first rows, and she will figure out the next ones. So Odd, basically what you're going to do, as long as you keep that one side, you don't add to it. You keep it nice and straight. It's only going to be 8 rows diagonal. And if you just keep that 8 row diagonal, you're going to be good. You're going to switch colors every 8 rows. So Odd But Nice, you can tell, is a experienced crocheter. So I love, though, that people are willing to learn new things, and that all of our people that are experienced in those things like to jump in. They like to help. Y'all, these hand signals that I'm getting are like kind of crazy. Oh, thank you so much, Odd But Nice, and thank you for coming. Send me a picture so I can see what colors you chose. Mickey says, I know it, but don't know the name. I made a baby blanket using that stitch. It's cool. It really is cool. And I love the texture when you're finished. It just has a really nice texture to it. So Charlie is an experienced crocheter, and she's finishing up a crochet along with OVW, the Love Corner to Corner blanket. Ooh, that would be cool. I'm going to have to Google that and see if I can find it. Yes, Denise, it is going to be a rectangle. Or at least each of my strips will be rectangles, and then we will attach the next strip as we go. so that by the time we're done, we're not having to sew together anything. Everything will be connected as we go. And so it will be a strip quilt, basically, or, strip blanket. And in the end, it will all be connected. If that makes any sense at all. I'm not making sense, guys. So I want to thank you all for coming. Remember, if you want information about the Diamond Painting Retreat in Texas, it is in the description box below. It is also in my live from last Saturday, the birthday live, at about the 50-minute mark, I think, is when I started talking about it. And if you have any other questions or anything like that, just let me know, and I will be happy to chat with you about it and give you some information. And no, I'm going to do that in a separate video. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming. Thank you, guys. Those of you that held on and are not crocheting, you're rock stars. I hope you maybe want to try it. I would love to have more crocheters to crochet with. Mayhem's got a new obsession. But I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to go. I've got Texas Roadhouse rolls and butter waiting for me. So yeah. So we're making diamonds, then adding colors. So if you can see Odd But Nice, do you see how they're kind of slanted? They're oh, what is that called? A tetrahedron? Is that the right word? You're welcome, Rob. It's always a pleasure to have you. Yes, please hit that like button as you guys leave. Thank you, Robin. Yeah, Texas Roadhouse rolls, guys. So I don't know if you can see the shape because it's at the angle. I'll do a video. It will explain a lot more. I'm sorry, guys. Stop apologizing now. Hey, no problem, Mickey. I love me some Jeopardy, so you are good, girl. Thank you so much for coming, Samantha. And Chevron, thank you, guys. So once again, thank you, guys, and I hope you all have a good night. I hope you have a good Wednesday. Don't forget that my crazy craft addiction, Tia, goes on at 10 o'clock Central Time. So if you're up for that, come join us. She is a riot. And I will be there hopefully tonight. And I will see you guys soon. Thank you, thank you, thank you, you guys, for hanging out with me, for showing up, for your support. I do really appreciate it. And you don't know what it does if you leave a comment, even a thumbs up. It really does help us creators and keep us going. And some days that's what makes you smile. So I hope you guys have a good evening. Make somebody smile today, and I will talk to you soon. Love you guys. Bye.